Hello and welcome to Drusillas Park. My name's Mark and I'm the Zoo Animal Manager here at the zoo. And I'm here with all of the other zookeepers at the moment, and it's such a shame that you guys can't be here too. But we're here, we're carrying on with all of the animal husbandry and the welfare of the animals, which is so important to us. And right now, as you can probably tell, I'm in the sloth exhibit, and we've had a few questions from our visitors wanting to know a little bit about the animals whilst we are closed. And our first question actually comes from Annalena Kaiser, and she asks, are all the sloths at Drusillas the same type, and how much do they weigh? Well, they are all the same type. These are Linnaeus two-toed sloths, and just above me here is Gordon, who is our male, and just over in the box over there is Flash, our female, and she was hand-reared here at Drusillas. And they're not particularly heavy animals. They weigh between, the sloths that we have weigh between 7 and nearly 10 kilos. 10 kilos for one of our males who's in another exhibit. So they're not particularly heavy, but they really are quite stunning, I think you'll agree. So thanks for your question, and we'll happily answer as many as we can. Hi guys, well we've moved around the zoo a little bit more now, and we're just down at the porcupine and meerkat enclosure, and we have another question, and this one's come from Phil Tester, and he's asked, why do meerkats sometimes stand up on their back legs but walk around on all fours? That's a really good question, and the answer basically is meerkats take it in turns to perform sentry duty. So they're protecting their families and looking for predators, particularly aerial predators such as birds of prey, and they stand up on their back legs so that they can see better, and then if they spot something they'll do an alarm call and everybody will run down the burrows, and they always move on all fours. You won't see them walking around on just their back legs, as much fun as that would be, but they always move on all fours. So thanks for your question. So we've moved again through the zoo, and we're now in the Ringtailed Lemur exhibit, and we've got another question, and this question comes from Sandy Gray, and she's basically just asking, how are the ringtailed lemurs? And I think they're probably just her favourite species. And well, Sandy, as you can see from looking at them just here, they are absolutely spectacular. They've just had a little bit of lunch, and this is just the perfect day for them. They've got a little bit of food on the table, the sun is shining brightly, so they get to do some sunbathing, which is their preferred hobby. So they sit on the tabletops, and they get their arms up in the air and they soak up all of that sun on their big white bellies. So life's pretty good when you're a lemur. Thanks for your question. So we're at the Colobus exhibit at the moment, and we've had another question, and this comes from Sandra Selling, who asks, how is the Colobus baby Romeo, as her son Cade won the naming competition? Well, Sandra, you'll be able to see in a second, but he's doing really well. He's currently just having a cuddle with his mum, Makina, and they're indoors at the moment, just taking a little bit of an afternoon siesta, but you can see him just on the back shelf there, and he is doing exceptionally well, and he's starting to get his dark colorations through now. Obviously they're born white, as white as lambs, and then as they mature they start to get those black colorations coming through. But thanks for your question, he's doing really well. So we're down at the Fennec Fox exhibit at the moment because we've had another question come in, and this one's from Joanna Vernon, and she's just asking, how is the Fennec Fox? It's really great that you want to know how our animals are, and we're really keen for you guys to come back and see them as soon as possible. But this is Kiwa, and he is just fine. He's indoors having a little bit of a rest at the moment. He's a very nocturnal species, so a bit later on when the sun sort of goes down, he'll be outside digging away, making his burrows. He'll probably store away a little bit of food in the burrows as well. They like to cache that food away sometimes. and he'll be out and about looking for some of the insects that we've put out for him. We put lots of live insects out for them throughout the day as part of their enrichment. So this is mental and physical stimulation that promotes natural behaviour in our animals, and it's a really fundamental part of what we do here as zookeepers. Thanks for your question. Welcome back, guys. We have moved into our red panda enclosure now because we've been fortunate enough to have 2 questions about our red pandas, and the first one comes from Heather Teagan, and she's asking how are the red pandas doing because they are her favourite animals. Well, the red pandas, we've got Mulan just up here. This is our female red panda. She's just tucking into some of that bamboo, and they eat a lot of bamboo throughout the day, and she is keeping in the shade. Although we've got lots of nice beautiful sunshine at the moment, they tend to keep in the shade. They like to keep nice and cool, and so that's exactly what she's doing at the moment. And we do have another panda, and his name is Marja. He's our young male, and he'll be wandering around. He'll be along shortly. I think he's just gone on to the other side of the enclosure for now, but he's a very young, cheeky guy, always on the move, but they're doing absolutely fine. And our next question is from Melanie Birkbeck, and she's asking how many babies do the red pandas have at a time, and how long is their gestation period? Well, they can have anything from 1 to 4 babies, really. Commonly they just have twins. That's the most usual case for red pandas. And Mulan up here, she is an experienced mother, and she has had twins before herself, and they're pregnant for about 132 days or so. So we hope that we'll have some babies soon from these guys, and when everything settles down, we hope that you'll be able to come back and see them. Fingers crossed, we may even have some babies, who knows.